Aloha. The making of a meat or head cheese, as we call it, is a three simple step process. You take my spices, put them in a jar, add in 1 cup of cold, it's very, very important, cold water, and blend it. That's step number 1. Now you have a choice. You have a choice to add sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate, or Prague salts, is, well, it's a poison, basically speaking, but in moderation it helps you to preserve the meat and give it a nice pink color. So we just add 1 teaspoon to the mixture. If you do not want to add sodium nitrate, you have to wear gloves. It is very, very important, because meat can have all kinds of germs inside, but the sodium nitrate kills them all. So you have a choice. And without sodium nitrate, it becomes a little bit gray instead of the usual ham pink color. The next step we have to do is just take the mixture, and here I got 5 pounds of pork meat finely cut in cubes. I blend it with the marination, with the spices, and keep it very, very cold. That is the most important thing. Chilled. It has to be chilled. Even the equipment should be chilled, because only when it's cold and chilled, the meat emulsifies. So the next step is we take the meat, put it here in the meat or food processor, Cuisinart, and I have a relatively inexpensive one. And here we go, and blend just a little portion of it. If you have a smaller one, you have to go maybe 4 or 5 times to make it all happening, and blend it and mix it all together, and then we fill it into the mold and bake it for 2 hours at 200 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius. After 3 or 4 times, I have now the farce, or farce, or the mince, or the braid, depends how you call it, which language, of the head cheese. It could be shaped into a sausages, you can put it in a sausages, but what the most important thing it is sticky. That's what we call it, sticky, you see. So I can shape a hamburger if I like. Make a small breakfast patty with the right breakfast spices. Now I put it inside my mold and bake it, as I said, 200 Fahrenheit or a little bit less than 100 centigrade. That makes it a very nice meatloaf, or as we call it, Fleischkäse. Yeah, it's not a really meatloaf, it is no breadcrumbs, it's 100% meat, so it's a head cheese, as it's called. Recommendation: wash the equipment in cold water first and then in hot water, because otherwise the meat becomes solid and sticks to the equipment, so it's going to be hard to kill. So here we are. The only thing we have to do now, put it inside the oven and bake it, and in 2 hours later we have a beautiful head cheese. It took 3 hours to bake the meatloaf, or Fleischkäse as we call it, and here it is, a beautiful loaf of meat. I have not chopped it fine, I just chopped it a little bit. It has a kind of different feeling, but as you see, you can slice it easily, and would you believe it, this is $1 a pound. So now we're making them a beautiful sandwich. Here, look at this. This is my waffle, crispy, nice. And what we do, well, we can put a little bit of mayonnaise on it to make it a nice, creamy sandwich. Right, here we go. Then we put the meatloaf on it, or as I call it, Fleischkäse. Voila. And we should have a little bit of tomato. One moment, please. Yeah, a slice of tomato. I put the excellent. I use the most expensive knife, because I feel the stainless steel knife, it takes such a long time to make it nice and sharp again. while those cheap metal plates are relatively easy to sharpen it up. And of course I like my mustard with horseradish. Oh, that tastes so lovely. So let's put a little bit on it. Ooh, a little bit here. There we go. And now, here we go. A beautiful sandwich which cost me less than $1 to make. Isn't that fabulous? Bon Appetit, guten Appetit. Schmeckt gut und ist sehr, sehr nahrreich. That means it's very nutritious. Unless you're a vegetarian, everything else will go. I can make the waffle vegan without eggs and without the meat, obviously.